Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, we have some rain here, so it might be problem with the internet, but I just don't understand this whole thing. I'm connected via cable, so it's not a Wi-Fi. Any interest in transcribing some Robin Trower songs? Like I said, guys, I have a lot of interest, you know, in different songs, but it's just takes time. I actually have two solos as a request from Robin Trower's song, which is gonna be done, I don't know when, but hopefully very soon. So who are some underrated guitarists? Are you all familiar with the legendary neoclassical thrash metal album from Hellstar, Nosferatu? No, unfortunately not. Favorite drummer? Phew, that's a tough one. I don't know from what genre. If we talk about metal, I would say, what was his name? Sean from Death. And also, an underrated band. Rock, prog rock. I don't know, man, there are so many. What do you think of Japanese metal band? I don't know this band and this guitarist. Loverman or Rock Me Baby? Something like that. Have you heard the new Jimi Hendrix album? No, I haven't yet. No. If it's not a secret, where are you from? Well, I was born in Russia, but when I was almost 10 years old, I've moved to Bulgaria, and I've lived here since then. So, can you play some Stevie real short? Jimmy and playing with fingers tips vs flat part of his fingers. Okay, so this question about the Jimmy playing with fingertips vs flat part of his fingers. Do you do any King Crimson post 1980 like Robert Fripp or Adrian Belew? No, I haven't done that. The very bluesy rock way you play, you should discover and listen to the band album entitled 9.0. Okay. Wayne, the question about Jimmy playing with fingertips versus the flat part of his fingers. I'm not sure about that. I mean, Jimmy had a unique style of playing, you know, so I think he used both, you know. I mean, especially when playing double stops. And when playing single notes, just playing with his fingertips. Do you have some special tricks when you learn some solos? What do you mean, tricks? Was it VPix? Yes, it's VPix. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. What's up, dude? I learned a lot from your video. Just want to say thanks for your awesome lessons. Alright, cool. Hey, Mark. Going part by part slowly and then move on, or some different way. Yeah, when you learn solos, or when I learn solos, I break it down into parts. So, you know, I take it step by step. So I learn a phrase or something like that, or a run or something like that. You know, slow. Of course, you want to play it slow first of all, and then you try to speed it up. And once you can do that, you move on to the another part, and that's how you do it. And then you know, you start from the beginning. You play the first part, then second part, and so on and so forth. You know, that's how you do it. That's how I do it, anyway. Snort some good. Hello to Brazil. Yeah, sorry again, guys, for this interruption and this streaming. You know, it's just the first time, and I'm just trying to find my way. So, you know, it's just a testing, really. You know. I know Rush, I like them. I haven't heard all of the songs and I haven't heard the Hemispheres, but you know, much respect to Rush. They have some really cool songs, yeah. I mean, even like, you know, Primus, they got that riff from Rush. Any Buckethead songs? No, unfortunately, no. Does it happen to you that you learn a song and after maybe a month without playing it, you kind of forget how to? Man, I'll tell you right now that I forget even after a week or so, you know. I mean, unless I'm practicing it all the time, or maybe not all the time, but you know, after some time, then yeah, you know, you remember some things. But I wouldn't be able to play whatever I played last week, you know. So I just kind of concentrate on one thing, especially for the lessons, and you know, I remember that. I go to record the song, the lesson, and that's it, you know. After that I forget the whole thing. I have this problem with my memory as well, you know. Some things are, you know, they get stuck into your head and you can play them, you know, doesn't matter when, but remembering big chunks of information, especially the songs, you know, it's impossible, at least to me, you know. I have to practice them all the time. Have you composed your own song? Yeah, I have in the past, maybe like 7-8 years ago or something like that. I have a few songs, but I'm not doing this these days, you know. Will you make a packet deal on your site, like get 5 songs and pay for 4 songs? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, definitely. I need to have songs though, you know. Yeah, made some own songs. Yeah, I have some. Like I said, you know, I have about 4 songs or something like that. Any tips on improving my hammer-ons and pull-offs? Oh man. Any tips on improving hammer-ons and pull-offs to make them more fluent? Just practice. One thing, one exercise which is really good that you can do for hammer-ons and pull-offs is doing this exercise, which is hammer-ons, pull-offs, but you do that to a time. So it's trills basically. So you take a trill and between the first and second finger, for example, right? And you do that. But you do it to a time. So let's say you have a trill between first and second finger for 30 seconds or something like that. If you cannot do it for 30 seconds, then of course, you know, lower than that. maybe 20 seconds or something like that. And you do trill, and once 30 seconds passed, you go to trills between first and third finger. You do that for 30 seconds, and then you switch to 1 and 4, and you try to make it, you know, as good as you can, so the sound doesn't die off, you know. And you do that, so between first and second, first and third, first and fourth, then you switch between 2 and 3, 2 and 4, and then, you know, 3 and 4, which is going to be the toughest one. But the thing is, it's the consistency here. So if you do it for a month every day, you know, every day for a month, I promise you, you know, in a month your fingers are gonna be flying. And it's you know, it takes some time to get the strength in your fingers, you know. So at first it's gonna be really hard to do that, and if you feel a lot of pain, you stop. You don't do it for 30 seconds. Let's say you start with 20 seconds, and you increase the time as you get comfortable with that, then increase the time. Okay, so that's one of the exercises that I can give you. And of course, you know, doing different legato runs afterwards. Of course, if you use the distortion, then it's going to be easier than to play it on the clean guitar. Okay, what's your daily guitar routine, warm-up, practice and stuff? Hang on, let me go back. Привет, Алекс, как насчет соло из Seasons с альбома Jeff Beck? Well, Rush Hemisphere is the very next. Okay, hi Alex, can you make a lesson of Megadeth Conquer or Die? Yeah, guys, like I said, you know, I get a lot of requests, so I, you know, even if I wanted to do it, it's just impossible for me to do it. There's so many, and I have to make a living, you know, so I have to choose what I do. Maybe next time in a Facebook Live. This is annoying. Yeah, I can agree with that, man. It's really, you know, like I said, this is the first time I'm trying here on YouTube, so, and you know, just getting into this streaming thing. I didn't even know if people are gonna be interested in this, you know. So, yeah, Facebook, no problem. I can do that. What's your daily guitar routine, warm-up, practice and stuff? Well, nowadays I actually don't have the warm-ups and practice because I always working on something. You know, I get, like I said, a lot of requests, and I work for some students as well, and doing stuff for my website and for YouTube, so I'm constantly playing, so that is my practice, you know. And because I have a lot of different genres like metal and blues and rock and whatnot, you know, I always practice that, you know. But warm-ups, I would say, yeah, it's important to do that. Usually I just start messing around on the guitar, you know, just to warm up my fingers, and if maybe I play some exercises or something like that until I warm up my fingers, and then I just proceed with the stuff that I have to do. Здравствуйте, все хотел спросить, вы в России живете? Нет, я не живу в России, я родился там, как я говорил, жил до 10 лет примерно. И потом переехал в Болгарию. И жил в Болгарии с того момента, с 89-го года. Do you play on gigs or have a job related to music? Or Hang on, lost it. Do you play on gigs or have a job related to music, or this is just a big hobby? Do you feel old to start working with music? I don't have a job related to music. I mean, this what I do here on YouTube or on my website. This is my job, so you know. And I also teach people. Do you feel old to start working with music? I don't know, man. You know, I'm really passionate about it, but I lost a lot of things because of this, actually, you know. I won't go into details, but I would suggest keep your music as a hobby, you know, not a job. I mean, this is just my personal, you know, suggestion, to be honest. Unless you start early and you make a career very early, then yeah, you know. Greetings from Italy. What's up? Who influenced you the most to play guitar? I've always been into music, and I always wanted to play music, especially wanted to play the guitar. And the problem was that I didn't have anybody to show me how to do that, you know. So when I was about 15 or something like that, I tried to play, but I couldn't. I had a guitar, and I tried to learn by myself, but just couldn't do it, you know. And there was nobody to show me how to do it. So when I moved to England, I was in England for 5 years, and on the second year I met my best friend, and he could play a little bit of the guitar, so he showed me some of the things. And then I had this, you know, huge passion about it, and I just started playing all day, every day, you know. And starting with Nirvana, you know, picking up some metal as well, and then got into Jimi Hendrix, and you know, was doing that all the time. What do you think about so much people love you, Alex? Well, it's you know, I don't realize it like that, but it's a, you know, it's a, I appreciate that a lot. I mean, I've never thought that you know, so many people would like the stuff that I do. So you know, I thank God every day for that, you know, and especially, and also, you know, people who are subscribed to my channel and who are supporting me. I mean, you know, never expected that in my life, to be honest, you know. So yeah, I just really appreciate that, and I appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, thank you very much. Driving South. Yes, Driving South is a cool song. I used to play all of it back in the day, but like I said, you know, I keep forgetting things very fast, so I listened metal bands for 22 years, and because of your channel I bought a guitar and started to learn and practice for 6 weeks now. Thank you. That's also another thing that you know, my lessons inspire people to pick up the guitar. It's also, you know, unbelievable to me. I never thought in my life that I would, you know, inspire people to do that, and I don't know how to react to all these things. Man, I'm really pissed off with this stopping, you know, streaming all the time. I'm really sorry.